Joining me now is Greg McKenzie. He's the president and CEO of Silverstorm Mining. Thanks for joining us, Greg. Good to see you.
Good afternoon, Mark. Thanks for calling in. Nice to speak to you.
Absolutely. Good to meet you for a first time. I'm sure we'll do it in person at some point. Off the top here for our viewers, if you could, before we get to the latest news flow, can you give us an overview of the company's main mission, which is to restart the previously producing La Parrilla Project in Durango, Mexico?
Indeed, Mark. La Parrilla is a former producing mine. It produced from 06 to 19 under First Majestic, and they produced 34 million ounces. We are going to start production in Q1 of 26 is our goal, subject to financing. And we will be one of the few silver juniors that are actually going into production.
All right, we can look forward to that. Now, the team up until late last year completed about 19,000 meters of drilling, and then a while after that, the company came out with a new mineral resource estimate, which increased the La Parrilla resource size by 107%. So can you give us some of the highlights and some of the other details of the MRE?
Yeah, the MRE, we published it on March 24 of this year, 2025. And we were able to increase the indicated resource by over 100% and the inferred resource by 58%. So in total now, all categories, there's over 27 million ounces of silver equivalent resource. The grade is strong. It's a good sulfide grade of plus on average 270 to 280 silver equivalent, and we increased the cutoff grade from the prior mineral estimate. The cutoff grade we're using on the sulfides is a 145 silver equivalent gram per ton, and you know, this is a very strong resource. Will support many years of mining.
Now, Greg, in a previous life, you were an investment banker, among other roles, and you were putting those skills to work recently through the help of Red Cloud, raising in a brokered private placement $12 million. That was upsized a couple of times, as I recall. And so can you give us a sense of the demand and why do you think you saw the kind of demand you did for that offering, and also how you plan to allocate the money?
Yes, so thanks, Mark. That was a very successful deal. We went out to raise 6 million, and the institutional interest was very strong, and we had to upsize it twice, and still ended up with an oversubscribed deal. So we were pleased to be able to put that equity on the balance sheet. And this will help support the ultimate capital needed to restart La Parrilla in Q1 of 2026.
Greg, you mentioned earlier in our conversation here that the restart depends on additional financing, and you said the company's been in talks about debt financing and offtake agreements as well. Can you give us any updates here?
Yes, we've been working with several offtake and debt capital providers over the last many months, and we would expect that that will come together pretty soon. We did put out a news release early in May, just updating the market that the terms are you know, good market terms. It would be in the neighborhood of 15 to 17 million US, and we're on track to close that in the next several weeks. So we're working hard on that and looking forward to get that done. That will complete the capital required for the restart and see us get through ramping up into cash flow.
Now, something else that you've done lately is you bought a company called Till Capital, which gives Silverstorm access to mineral investments, royalties, and cash, more than $6 million, I believe. So can you tell us how that deal came about? Why was that done, and what does that bring to the table for Silverstorm?
Sure. So Till was an opportunity that we were able to realize on. It's still going to close in July of this year, so in about 4 or 5 weeks it'll close. But Till was trading about half of their cash value. And we just saw it as a good opportunity to introduce our story to the Till shareholders. They really liked the asset. They did site diligence and liked the opportunity in silver. They think silver is going much higher as we do. And so they wanted to put their capital work inside of our company. Along with the cash, which was $6.2 million approximately that we will get in, we paid an extra $1 million in shares for a number of royalties and other investments that they weren't the priority, but they were a good added bonus in doing the transaction. So we welcome the Till shareholders, and now they're, before we've even closed the deal with them, their stock value has approached the cash value that they have in the bank. So it's fantastic for both sides.
All right, very good. And lastly here, Greg, you've mentioned before in a previous interview that you think there are really 3 main reasons that investors should pay attention and seriously consider Silverstone Mining as an investment. Can you run us through those?
Sure. So Lapre is just really a fantastic asset. It's a prolific producer and was always cash flow positive. So First Majestic always made money from this mine. And we've put in 18,000 meters of drilling so that we can put it back into production. So that's your first reason. Prolific asset going back into production, and then always generating cash flow. And the third reason I would give is that we have also our San Diego project with a really big average grade resource, but it's really big. And so we look forward to getting back to doing some work at San Diego down the road, and adding more silver to our balance sheet to create even more value for our shareholders.
You mentioned First Majestic as a shareholder. We should probably mention Eric Sprott as well. His name obviously always piques interests of investors. So two very significant names who are believing in the story. And so we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks for your time today and the update. We look forward to following, and we'll talk to you soon, Greg.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate the time.
All right. That is Greg McKenzie, President and CEO at Silverstone Mining. Our thanks to him, and thanks to you for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.